All right, welcome back. We continue right here on the Bordas and Bordas hotline of the Sports Call. We're going out to Dave in Johnstown to start this segment. What's up, Dave? How are you doing?
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
Hey, I wanted to talk to you. About Coach Narduzzi and how I think he is developing as a coach and as a leader. The past couple of games. I mean, it's been a lost season for Pitt. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, they still have a chance to make a bowl, and I hope that they're able to pull that off. But what we've seen the past couple of weeks as far as defense has been a major improvement over last year, where teams were just chucking the ball deep, and it just seems like they had no answers. And you take the Oklahoma State game. I mean, that was just a lost week. But I've seen improvement in the pass defense, and I think that the coach is starting to really get through to the players. And I hope that, like you said earlier in the show, that maybe it's something for us Pitt fans to really look forward to next year as the team develops.
Yeah, I think the only, the two games that really stood out to me were Oklahoma State and Georgia Tech. Those were bad defensive games, but other than that, they've been pretty solid in terms of keeping things in control. And I thought today was the same thing. They did a pretty good job. They made some big hits out there. They were, as I said, defensive line getting better. They're a young group, and that's what I like most about them, Dave. I think you'll see them get better next year. Perhaps if they do get a bowl opportunity, they can use an extra month of practice, use that as an experience as a springboard. We'll see. But, Narduzzi, his calling card is defense, and a lot of people have wondered about that in the first 2.5 years. But I think once he gets more guys that he knows, that he brings in, that he can coach the way he wants to coach, I think you'll see a difference there. And that includes corners who can cover, so he can do other things with other people instead of worrying about helping corners who can't cover. And I think sometimes that's what he had here in the last couple of years. Anyway, it was interesting today because just as Penn State lost, I don't know if you watch Twitter maybe as much as I do, but I'm on there a lot, and Pat Narduzzi came out with a tweet, "Hail to Pitt," almost simultaneously, which I thought was rather interesting. Let's go to line 2. That's Brian in Morgantown. What's up, Brian? How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. What's up?
I was just wondering what you thought about that conservative play calling.
Terrible.
The end for Penn State.
I didn't like it because I think it played right into their hands.
Yeah, I mean, our offensive line couldn't stop their defensive line all night, so I was wondering why we ran it 3 straight times.
Well, I mean, again, because they're being conservative, they want to try to take time off the clock. But the problem is they still had Ohio State had their timeouts. There was still plenty of time left. And if you're going to give them the ball after 3 downs, you're asking for trouble. I still think your best bet at that point is try to control the ball, get a first down, a new set of downs, grind clock as much as you can. But you're going to have to use a difference in terms of play calling. What was working earlier wasn't working then, and they had to do something. They were focusing on Barkley, who had not that much in the second half. So they had to do other things, and they just couldn't get it done. They were being dominated, though, up front, and I think that had a lot to do with it as well. So let's go to Ken in Clearfield. Ken is on line 3. What's up, Ken?
Hey, Ray. How you guys doing? I just like to. I'm a Notre Dame fan, and I thought the Irish made their point today, beating North Carolina State 35-14, and Penn State. I don't know.
Notre Dame should be in. They're going to be in the top 5.
Their schedule's not good enough to come back in the top 4.
But I don't think you should penalize them that badly. It's one loss. It's a game against a 6th-ranked team in their place, and you lose by 1 point, a game you should have won. I don't think you kill them. I think Notre Dame may have the best ground game of any team in America right now, the way they're cranking it out. They're very good. They're better than I thought they would be, that's for sure. I think better than a lot of people thought they would be. So they're going to be factoring in there at some point. We'll see how that goes, but it will be interesting to see which 4 teams at the end. Alabama's going to be there. Georgia right now looks to be a team that is going to be in that mix. Then after that, it's kind of anyone's guess. There are Big Ten teams like Ohio State, like Wisconsin, like Penn State, and TCU was there until today. They lost, and that's a bad loss, I thought. So for them, they should fall a little bit down the ladder. Notre Dame is creeping up the ladder. So a lot of interesting teams to still think about moving forward. All right, let's go out to Mike in Trafford before we take a break. Hey, Mike, how you doing?
We can listen to it later. Yeah, we'll just record it.
Mike, you're on. Okay, Mike, you're off. 412-575-2600. We will take a break, come back and finish up the show. And a reminder to you, tonight at 11:35 on KDKA, it's another edition of the Mike Tomlin Show presented by 84 Lumber. Get into a lot of interesting stuff, including what they will do moving forward now without some of the injuries and without Martavis Bryant. Mike Tomlin's very good about that situation on our show coming up. That's 11:30 right after the late news on KDKA. Back with more of this program right after this short timeout.